I'm going to apply 4 concepts that I learned this semester from strategy class to analyze the company that I've worked as an intern. The company is called Xmox. It's based in Germany. It's an online advertising company dedicated to video games and mobile games. It's based on performance marketing. The company connects players with the games. The clients are game developers or game publishers who are in need of doing user acquisition. On the one hand, Xbox talks to advertisers to start advertisement campaigns. Xbox gets paid for new players that are brought to the game by Xbox. It's normally based on CPI, cost per install. On the other hand, Xbox talks to affiliates worldwide who have the resources or capability to promote the games. They can be game-related websites, blogs, Facebook ads agencies, Google AdWords, or influencers on YouTube, etc. It's important for Xmox to have the expertise to analyze the performance of the ads. We look into different data like daily active users, retention rate, and ROIs. In order to optimize the advertisement, some channels need to be shut down and some need to be given more traffic. Now I'll start with Porter's 5 forces. First of all, the competition is high and the entry barrier is low. It's an internet-based company. There are many similar companies popping up every day. It only takes several computers, employees, and a small office to set up a startup. And there are also many freelancers in the industry. Substitutes, bargaining power of customers and suppliers are all medium because an advertiser can always switch to new channels, to new methods of doing user acquisition, but it's not free. They need to have a test budget to run the campaigns, to test the quality. So it would cost them a amount of money to know in order to switch channels, and for the same reason. And like games advertisers are customers of Xbox, whereas other affiliates are suppliers of Xbox. For the same reason, the both bargaining power of advertisers customers and suppliers are medium because it takes money. It's not free to switch to new channels or to find new resources. Next, I apply the product diversification and performance concept. The position of Xbox is shown in this chart, as you can see from the slide. Xbox promotes different types of games with different kinds of affiliates, game-related websites, blogs, social media, FB ads, Google AdWords, etc. The quality of the ad performance varies depending on the promotion channels and also depending on the game types, like leisure games, shooting games. Some game types are the drawbacks for the overall performance. If the diversification is scaled down a little bit, the overall performance will be higher, I think. But diversification is needed for a long-term development. Let's come to the pastel analysis. First, I think 2 facts are the most important. They are technological factors and social factors, because development of data tracking and analysis platforms is important for Xbox because they need to analyze the performance of the advertisements, and it's a really the most important thing for the company to gain the expertise. And they also need to develop different ways of doing user acquisition, like influencers. Also, the infrastructure of internet is obviously very important. Second is the social culture factors. Nowadays, players are more engaged with social media, so it's easier to reach out to them through social media. And players are more engaged in the games, so they pay more. Also, playing video games is becoming a social activity and becoming a trend. And second important is the political and legal factors, because we're doing business with different companies from different countries, and people speak different languages are needed. And in Germany, it's easy for the company to hire people from different countries, like from South America who speak Spanish, and me from China who speak Chinese. Also, they have a startup-friendly policy, and in Hamburg, every year they have game conference to provide them some tutor and networking services. Also, legal factors is very important because the German law provides stability and protect the company. Also, nowadays is more and more important to follow the Data Protection Act. Under German Data Protection Act, all the data of client and players are protected. So this gives kind of insurance for the companies, and the clients trust the companies more. Also, it's important economic factors because of the overall economic growth and the growth of the game companies are important. But for the environmental factor is not important because it's a computer is everything that is being used in the company. No effect on the environment is caused by the activities of the company. So after the Portal's five forces and the pastel, we can come to SWOT analysis. First, let's start with the strength. And for Xbox, the biggest strength is the networking. It has connection with different big game companies worldwide and also with affiliates who have the resources to promote the games from different countries, almost every region in the world. Also, the expertise is very important. CEOs of the company has worked in the industry for more than 16 years, and he's experienced in how to distinguish good performance from bad performance. Also, cost efficient is very important for the company. Everything they need to pay is to pay for the affiliates and to pay the employees and to run an office. There's it's as a startup in it must be cost efficient. And then the weakness, I have noticed that this kind of company always has a high employee turnover because the employees they can switch to other companies easily because many of the companies are homogeneous, they're doing the same thing. Although because I mentioned before the competition is high, there's always a new company popping up, or employees leave the company to start their own company. Also, the unstable quality of the ads is also a weakness because sometimes it's hard to control the quality of the ads. It's always fluctuating. And for the third, is the opportunities. The overall growth of the game industry worldwide is an opportunity for this kind of company. And also, there are always new advertisement methods popping up. Recent years, it's very popular to do YouTube influencers or Instagram influencers, and it's so let's come to the threat part. This new methods can also be a challenge. The technology is always changing. People need to be prepared in order to keep up. So this can be a threat. And the growing expertise of the clients is also a threat. The game companies, they can hire their own employee dedicated to user acquisition, or they can have an in-house team for user acquisition, so they don't need to collaborate with Xbox anymore. And the competition is high, as I mentioned before. This is also a threat for Xbox. And that's all for my analysis of Xbox. Thank you for watching. Bye.